Welcome to your first video lecture. Today we're going to be talking about how to take your writing from an academic setting to a professional setting. So the title of our lecture today is From Academic to Professional Writing, an Introduction to the Course. So let's start with a little warm-up exercise. The problem with a course like this is that a lot of people think that we're going to be talking about messages like this, that I'm going to show you a message like this and I'm going to say, students, this is a bad idea. You don't want to text your boss. And you're gonna, think in your head, of course not. Why am I taking this course? I know that. But these aren't the kinds of messages that we're gonna work on. I know that you're smart enough to realize that you cannot send a text message like this to your boss, and I don't think any of you have ever uttered or written the phrase, yo boss. So don't worry, this isn't our course. I'm not gonna be talking to you about messages like this. I'm going to be talking to you about messages like this. We have here a letter from Dwight to Oscar, and I'm going to give you a couple seconds to read it. So obviously, Dwight would like to meet with Oscar, but if Dwight really wrote this message to Oscar, I think he would get quite a look. Because it's such a long and mundane message, it's written in a way that makes Oscar really work to figure out the message. So in this class, we're going to learn about cleaning up our writing and being more professional. So here's an example of how we would organize that. First of all, it's a more formal and correct title, Oscar, thanks again for meeting with me last week. And then a simple introduction to the question that he'd like to ask, followed by an organized, bulleted list of times that he's available. If we go back to the first slide, Dwight never even tells Oscar when he is available. So even though this message is 3 times as long, it doesn't accomplish as much as this new organized method. So that's this class. It's not me telling you that texting your boss is inappropriate. It's so much more than that. And writing concisely and in an organized fashion is difficult. So we're going to be working on that together, and by the end of this semester, all of your messages are going to be professional and concise and organized, and you will look like a rock star. So just this last slide here. This short video lecture is meant to introduce you to the class in a way that gets you thinking about how this kind of writing is different than academic writing. Your whole life you've had instructors begging you to use that 5-paragraph format to write essays, or to use bigger words to express your thoughts about an academic theory. You've had professors probably encourage you to write longer papers so that you really fill out your ideas or add more description. This is not that class. You are not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. This is a professional writing class. The less words you use to describe something, the better. You still want to get all of your ideas across, but you want to make sure that you are writing concisely, i.e. using as few words as possible. You want to take a step back and look at your audience before you start writing. So this lecture was really meant to give you a big picture view of this course, to really get you thinking about how professional writing is focused on audience and how it's different than the kinds of writing that you've done before in other classes. Thanks for watching the first video lecture for our course. There are many other resources in this first topic block that will help you with your first assignment, so make sure to look over those carefully. And as always, please, please, please feel free to email me if you have any questions whatsoever. Have a good one.